Conor Knighton this morning has a message for nature lovers. Tonight's Super Bowl comes with a pinch of salt.
In the southern end of the San Francisco Bay, less than 2,500 yards away from the 50-yard line of Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, there's a vibrant patchwork of ponds, saturated with salt.
How much salt are you taking out of these ponds every year?
Well, this year we're taking about 650,000 tons.
Matt Pitcher is the solar plant manager for Cargill, which runs a bustling salt works here. Native Americans harvested sea salt from natural ponds in this area, but commercial production really ramped up in the mid-1800s during the gold rush.
You couldn't have had the gold without the salt, right? So all the people that came here needed to preserve their food to get over to the areas where they were mining.
The bay is naturally salty, but the ponds concentrate that salt over a 2-year process of pumping and evaporation. A pool's salinity also impacts its color, thanks to microorganisms which thrive in the brine until the ponds are eventually drained.
That John Deere tractor is pulling our harvester, which is loading salt into this haul truck right here.
Sea salt remains a big business. It's used in everything from swimming pools to snack foods, although the process has streamlined over the years. Salt production once occurred on more than 50,000 acres. Today, Cargill operates on just 12,000.
So everything that we're seeing around us was once a salt pond?
That's right. And before that, it was marsh. So for thousands of years it was marsh, then for about 100 years it was salt pond, and now it's back to marsh.
Okay, so it's really just sort of a blip in the history of this landscape was the salt production.
That's right.
Rachel Tertis is a wildlife biologist at the Don Edwards San Francisco Bay National Wildlife Refuge, established in the late 1970s on former salt ponds. Due to all sorts of human development in the years since the gold rush, we've lost 85% of the tidal marshes which once surrounded the bay.
Do you feel like marshes are underappreciated?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're very flat. It's a subtle beauty, but just being able to find marshes in this urban area with 7 million people, you can go in an area and not see anyone.
But getting this to look like this takes some work.
The erosion protection has been installed. The trail has essentially been surfaced on the other side. We're adding a long public access trail.
Dave Housing is the executive project manager for the South Bay Salt Pond Restoration Project. In 2003, state and federal agencies acquired 15,000 acres from Cargill, a mix of sales and donations, with the goal of turning much of that acreage back into marshland.
Marshes are important for a number of reasons. They're important wildlife habitat for endangered species, but also for fish. They're highly productive habitats. They absorb pollutants from the water, so they make the bay cleaner. They buffer and protect the adjacent built lands behind them from wave run-up, storms, high tides.
Restoration begins by breaking down walled-off ponds.
What we're doing here is what we call a breach, a levee breach, so that there's aquatic connectivity between the inside of the pond and the sloughs in the bay around it.
The water mixes with mud, and eventually plants and wildlife return. Everything from ducks to egrets to the endangered salt marsh harvest mouse. The restored marshland is also well used by humans. In the heart of bustling Silicon Valley, these former salt ponds offer an opportunity to take a time out.
I mean, being an urban refuge really lets us connect people to nature, whereas otherwise they might not have that. And so we see it as an opportunity to provide access to these wild areas to our local community.